I'm Chris.
I'm Christian, and this is our Labor Day update video. Happy Labor Day, everyone.
Yay, Labor Day. Unfortunately, it does mean the end of summer, but...
And as you can tell in more ways than one, it's really the end of summer right now. We are getting into that eternal rain that fall and spring bring us.
I wouldn't say eternal, but...
But you know, it might not be a bad thing if we actually get a fall foliage this year, because let's be honest, last year's fall foliage sucked. Except in the Buffalo area.
Yeah, but you know how that goes.
But anyhow, this summer was actually phenomenal. Not as action-packed as last summer.
But still, we did do got a lot of good stuff for you.
From Planespotting to rail fanning. I think, to be fair, my summer honestly started off with the QJs in Iowa and Illinois, chasing 6988 on a 200-plus ferry move from Newton, Iowa to Chillicothe, Illinois, and that was our big bash. That was probably our biggest chase this year, and I hope to have something like that next year. Had fun with going to the Valley Railroad and spending time on the East Coast. 425 was deafening as always, and Jackson's going to be experiencing 425 for the first time in a few weeks.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
So
I can't wait to lose my hearing, at least according to this guy.
Yeah, the Whitehaven Tunnel, I'm sure a few people who were there can definitely testify to just how loud that sucker was. But Black River Western 60 was fun too. But the biggest event this summer, even though I said that for me this year, the Chillicothe excursions were probably the biggest chase, was when Matt rejoined our group, which I'm probably sure you're wondering where he is. He had a family emergency last minute.
It happens.
And me and him drove all the way out to Altoona, Wisconsin, and chased the big boy from Altoona, Wisconsin to West Chicago, Illinois, which was probably our biggest video this summer and probably one of the most intense videos I ever shot. Anyone planning to go chase the big boy in California this year, good luck. I'd love to join you. I'd love to spend a week.
Best of luck to you. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, and I will tell you, day one of the chase was absolutely nuts. 2 days after me and Matt left was even worse than the first day, because...
Looks like you guys dodged a bullet there.
It looks like the first day we at least got 3 shots on the first run, and anyone knows the first day we chased from Altoona to Adams, it was absolutely a pacing nightmare. I still don't know how we got 3 shots during the first move between Altoona and wherever the service stop was. I can't remember the name of the town. I just moved past it because that was absolutely a parking lot as well too. But good luck, everyone. We do actually hope to see the big boy next year.
Don't kill anybody, whatever you do.
So, enough about summer. We had a good summer. I guess our summer steam season ended with Fort Wayne, and our fall steam season will actually pick up in a few weeks. We will not be going to Steam in the Valley this year. We'll just announce that now.
It just wasn't good. It just wasn't in the cards for us this year.
As much as I love it, I'm sure many people tell you that it's a cluster. It is, and something new was on the horizon. Nothing against 765 or its crew, or the Cuyahoga Valley Railroad.
We adore 765, but...
And I love the Cuyahoga Valley. It's a very scenic place to shoot, but let's just say something I've wanted to shoot forever has finally come into the cards, and that will be up. And to get it out of the way, the biggest rail fanning event this fall, I'm sure as Jackson and I can both tell you, was announced back in March. You've been living under a rock if you don't know what's going to happen.
Honestly, where the hell have you people been?
So just for the record, we do actually have one of our other friends who isn't with the group in the car right now. He's just hanging out with us, and he's just making faces trying to get us to laugh. It's a good thing we didn't start...
It's clearly working.
Are you kidding? I just make myself laugh.
Can we keep that in the video? Do we have your permission?
So they know you have other friends, yes.
Well, they have to.
I don't know.
This is our good friend who has very similar interests except rail fanning and plane spotting, but he's just with us because we're hanging out tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Hi.
He says hi. We'll just leave him anonymous.
Be safe.
Be safe. I'm keeping that all in there, just so you know.
He's such a caring individual.
Nah.
I've actually known him longer than... No, I take that back.
No, you've known me longer.
Yeah.
You have known me longer. That's an established fact.
All right, anyhow, so we don't make this video too long, okay. 611 is going to Strasbourg this fall.
Yes, that is going to be a huge deal for us.
And all I'm going to say is everyone's asking, when are we going to be there? Well, just stay tuned. If you haven't followed our Instagram yet, Action Set Go, I recommend you follow it. Because rail fanning, we have that. We're going to be seeing 425 plenty this fall, and something I'd like to bring up, we're definitely going to be plane spotting a little more this fall too.
Oh yes, a couple more airports in mind I'd like to get some shots at.
And adding to that, if you haven't seen our Instagram page, Jackson went Planespotting last weekend to close out summer videos.
Yes, I got some really, really good sunset/night shots at Buffalo Airport, which I love shooting at.
So anyhow, as we've said, you'll be seeing 611, you'll be seeing 425, you'll definitely be seeing 475 because that's a part of the reunion of Steam. There's actually 2 new Steam locomotives we've never seen before that you'll be seeing this fall. Can't wait to share that with you. One thing that was promised on our Instagram that I tried to gauge interest on our Facebook and Twitter for was that we were going to be doing a Q&A session during this Labor Day video update to make it, just spruce it up a little bit. And I have our questions right here, and Jackson and myself will be reading them off. So from Lane's Trains, did you hear 4501 is being painted into L&N paint? What's y'all opinion, and do y'all plan to chase it?
I'm going to let you handle that one.
I think it's cool because I think someday we'll actually be able to see the 4501 in green again, which was the first paint scheme I ever saw it in. I wish I could be there for the L&N event. I won't be. I will be in the Midwest that weekend. Good luck to everyone chasing it. I can't wait to see all the pictures and the videos from it.
Okay, next question comes to us from Toledo Rails. What is your rest of the year video schedule going to look like? I think we just covered that.
Because Toledo Rails is actually one of our good friends, I already messaged him the answer to this one. It's going to be absolutely crazy busy October. I'm going to get no rest again this year. Okay, so from Andrew Henry 42, what is your favorite train catch of all time? Mine, I had to think about this one. And it goes back to last year when I was chasing the Southern Railway doubleheader with the 630 and 4501 in October last year with Jason Fields, the Nuga Rail fan. And there was a shot I got, and the only reason we got that perfect lighting was because of the fact the train was delayed. Did you do that? The air hoses on the Somerville excursion kept breaking that day, and they stopped like 4 times on the way back, so they were stopped a good hour. They picked up speed, but they didn't make up any time because they still did the photo run-by. After the photo run-by, there was one shot that I had gotten a few weeks prior that Jason messaged me earlier about saying we have to get that shot. So I was like, yeah, cool. I mean, that would be pretty cool to get again. I didn't realize how perfect the lighting was honestly going to be for that shot. And when I got that shot, I just knew how great it was. It is the thumbnail picture for that video. That is my favorite train shot of probably so far.
I think my favorite would have to be the 844 when we caught it last year in Denver, Denver and Cheyenne. That was one of the most, if not the most intense chase I personally have ever been on.
And if we chase the big boy next year, that'll probably change.
Okay, let me rephrase that. Most intense chase I've been on thus far.
So next question is from Michael. I don't know how to pronounce your last name, but
Colucci?
Colucci, yeah, we'll go with that. What was your favorite steam locomotive that you caught? Question mark. I guess my favorite steam locomotive I caught would have to probably be the 844 because that is my favorite steam locomotive due to nostalgic reasons.
Me, it would probably have to be the Pierre Marquette 1225. Just mostly for aesthetic reasons, because I'm sorry, as much as I love the 844, there's something about the 1225 that's just that I just really like. I don't know what it is. It's just like an X Factor kind of a thing.
And as you've seen with me, the 6988, the QJ, which I've mentioned a few times, has definitely grown on me. I haven't chased it without any vacation time, any sleep, and stayed there for 2 days and took a 14-hour drive home, and yeah, I had to go to work the next day. It wasn't one of my smarter ideas, but I want to see that as much as I can because I know that fluke time is running short on that.
Okay, next question comes to us from Mr. VHS Dude, 1995. What's more popular, 611 or 4014?
So I find that funny you ask us because you're asking pretty much right now the 2 most popular steam excursion stars. I think the only one that even gets up there close would either be 844 or 765. But my personal opinion, even though 611 has been around for 40 years, excursion, not continuous 40 years, it was retired for 20 years and now it was in limbo until Strasbourg this year. I'd have to go with the 4014 because that's the locomotive that was said to never, there was no chance that ever getting restored again. and now we have an operational big boy. That's just my thought. What's your thought, Jackson?
I kind of agree with that, just because of at least with the big boy, the name recognition, at least outside of rail fanning circles. Even if you're outside of rail fanning circles, you know the name Big Boy because they're the largest steam locomotives ever made.
Well, not ever made.
At least in the U.S.
No, actually there were larger. But it does get that, I'm going to leave that in there because it does actually get that title. I actually learned there were larger ones afterwards. I, for a long time, thought it was the largest. But it is the largest return to operation in post-steam era.
And honestly, I didn't know that until just now, so you learn something new every day. Okay, next question is from Steam Master 4449. What are y'all looking forward to next year?
Steam-wise, the one I could definitely tell you will be on our plates if it operates, 6988, and I want to definitely take Jackson out to see it next year because that is just a neat locomotive. The only thing I will say I hope it doesn't have on is the Southern 3 chime because that's all that ever seems to be on the locomotive when I see it. My luck changed the last 3 days of chasing that thing this year, but I'd still like to either hear that Grand Trunk Western or that Illinois 3 chime. Other things next year, possibly, and I mean really possibly, there's a Santa Fe engine out in Kansas I'd love to see. There was actually plans to see that this year and it got nixed by the flood. Obviously 765, 1225, 425 definitely is all on there, but beyond that, next year I definitely want to see more engines that we haven't seen before. I definitely want to see a lot more of that, and definitely would like to actually make it out to Conway Scenic to see the 7470, which just was returned to service this year.
Yeah, definitely 6988 for me.
I think it's got about 2 years left of flu time. I cannot stress how cool that locomotive is in person.
I've never seen it in person, so it's gonna kind of be a treat for both of us, I guess.
You know, it's kind of more of an interesting thing because it was only built in 1985. It's kind of cool because it's like a newer steam locomotive, but it's been so Americanized. It looks like that classic steam locomotive you'd see back in the 30s, 40s on the Illinois Central or the Union Pacific with those smoke deflectors. Second last question.
How many states have you been to see trains? That's from Still Plays with Trains.
A lot.
How many states have we been to? Well,
Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan, Indiana, Illinois, Iowa,
Colorado.
Yes, Wyoming, Tennessee, New Jersey, Connecticut.
Did we say Virginia?
I forgot Virginia. I didn't. I went to Virginia to see 611 for the first time. So another question I got, last one, is I can't find the last person who asked the question.
Ah, jeez.
But we were asked if we were going to be going to see the 4501 when it was dressed up in L&N. And to answer that question, it's probably going to be, I would say, at least 2 years before we go back to Tennessee Valley. I'd love to honestly try and go back next year, but I just don't personally see it.
Well, we'll get there anyway.
So, anyhow, hope you all have a good Labor Day. Also, another thing we'd like to commemorate, it's been 40 years since Nickel Plate Road 765 was first steamed up, and it was the first all-volunteer crew to restore a mainline steam locomotive. So it was restored outdoors over the course of 5 years, and actually when we are recording this video, it was fired up 40 years ago today.
That's impressive. 40 years.
Anyhow, stay tuned. This week's video is Buffalo Southern stuff with a few heritage units, and yeah, so.
Anyway, I'm Chris.
And I'm Christian.